We're 13 days away from the election, and it's a toss-up at this point. In the past few weeks, Trump has made the polls tighter than his shirt collar around his little neck puss. So now Democrats are bringing out the big guns, starting with a rally last night in Detroit where the opening act was local legend Eminem. That's right, people. Slim Shady, a.k.a. Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. the reason Stan drove off that bridge. Stan, you really think stars like Eminem read their own mail, idiot? But, oh, man, this is going to be good. Eminem has recorded some of the most brutal tracks of all time. He has a song where he stuffs people in the trunk of a car. He rapped about wanting to see President Bush dead. He called his own mom a slut. The point is, Eminem is going to destroy Trump, so let's go.
The spotlight is on us more than ever, and I think it's important to use your voice. So I'm encouraging everybody to get out and vote, please.
Please? Wow, this guy got polite, you know? Now everybody in the 313, put your hands up and fill out your voter registration in a timely fashion, please. And M didn't even perform. But that was okay because he was just the warm-up to Barack Obama, the real rapper of the night.
I was feeling some kind of way following Eminem. Now I notice my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on my sweater already, mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous, but on the surface I look calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep bomb spaghetti.
Holy shit. Did he just come up with that on the spot? I mean, that was so good, it should be a song. But it's nice to see Obama pay homage to Eminem because it means that black people have finally accepted that Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. And look, oh, stop. I know how it feels. I went through it every time Tiger Woods won a golf tournament, okay? I will say, maybe Obama should skip that line about dropping bombs, you know? Are you still rapping or are you doing a drone strike? Too real. Don't laugh. Too real, too real, too real. But even if you were to be let down that Eminem didn't go hard, don't worry. Because over in Wisconsin, an up-and-coming rapper dropped an epic Donald Trump diss track.
He's ducked debates, but you can't blame him. When you get your ass whipped that hard, you don't come back for seconds. He has been rambling more than the normal rambling. He calls it the weave. Donald, come on. We know there's only one weave that you know anything about. Being at McDonald's, he looks much more like Ronald McDonald than the clown that he actually is. And Ronald wears less makeup. His running mate, Elon Musk. Look, Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dipshit on these things. You know it.
Wow. This campaign has changed Tim Walz. A month ago, he was like, oh, gee whiz, I love going to Menards. And now he's all, how about you suck my nards, huh? Yeah, suck my nards. And I know some people think it's stooping to Trump's level when Democrats throw around insults like dipshit. But personally, I think politicians should be swearing way more often. Audiences always love it. Hey? Yeah. Isn't that right, you dipshits? Yeah! How you do it? Nice work, audience. But the biggest attack against Trump at the moment isn't coming from Obama or Walz. It's coming from one of the top people in Trump's own White House.
This morning, Donald Trump's former chief of staff and retired General John Kelly with a blistering rebuke of the Republican nominee for president, calling him a fascist with no concept for the rule of law or the Constitution.
What do you think? Do you think he's a fascist?
He certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, for sure.
Wow. Donald Trump's old chief of staff is calling him a fascist. That is huge. Although I will say, telling America you're about to elect a fascist is a pretty major thing to announce in an audio clip, you know? You couldn't put on pants and say it into a camera. It's kind of like if aliens were invading and the president told us in a screenshot from his notes app. Just seems like the wrong medium. Let me back up here for a second. That word fascism gets thrown around a lot, and it's one of those words you hear frequently, but you don't actually know what it means, like emoluments or demure. So let me give you a definition. Fascism is a nationalist political movement that builds a cult around an all-powerful leader who vows to protect his loyal subjects from racially inferior others and the enemy within. Now that you know that, upon hearing John Kelly calling Trump a fascist, you're probably thinking, yeah, duh. By the way, Kelly isn't even the only general who served with Trump who feels this way. General Milley, Trump's chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, also said Trump is a fascist to the core. General Mattis, General McMaster, both Trump cabinet officials have said Trump violated the Constitution. And keep in mind, these guys were the adults in the room in the first Trump administration, keeping Trump from going full dictator. And they're not going to be there the second time around. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not ready to put the future of American democracy in the hands of Secretary of Defense My Pillow guy. But it gets even crazier. It gets crazier because according to John Kelly, Trump's such a fascist that he even has an all-time favorite dictator. And if you're thinking, no, it can't be. Yes, it can.
He would commented more than once that, that Hitler did some good things, too.
Yeah, Hitler did some good things. I mean, after all, he killed himself. Do we clap at that? Are we... Seriously, Trump, Hitler never did anything good. He even sucked at waving. Like, dude, God gave you elbows. Use them. That's how I wave. But what Kelly explained in an interview with the Atlantic magazine is that what Trump really loved about Hitler was how he surrounded himself with yes men, or as they say in Germany, ja men.
The title of the piece quotes Trump as once having said, "I need the kind of generals that Hitler had." Trump adding, people who are totally loyal to him, that follow orders.
Yeah, I feel like Trump took the wrong lesson from the Holocaust. The lesson I learned was not to do the Holocaust, but the lesson he learned was, wow, the Nazis were great listeners. Yeah, And apparently the first time Kelly heard this, Trump didn't mention Hitler at first. He just said German generals. So Kelly tried to give Trump an off-ramp, but he wasn't taking it.
Kelly told Goldberg when Trump raised the subject, he responded by asking, "Do you mean Bismarck's generals?" Kelly went on, quote, "I mean, I knew he didn't know who Bismarck was or about the Franco-Prussian War. I said, do you mean the Kaiser's generals? Surely you can't mean Hitler's generals." And he said, yeah, Hitler's generals.
I mean, Kelly was trying so hard to give him an out. Okay, you said German generals, but you don't mean Hitler's generals. Okay, you do mean Hitler. Okay, but you mean like Nathan Hitler, the guy my wife goes to Pilates with, right? Help me out here, man. Help me. I love how he was like, you mean Bismarck's generals, right? My man, the only generals Trump knows are the Chinese one that makes that chicken and the guy who teamed up with Shaq to sell car insurance. That's it. Anyway, this is pretty indefensible stuff. And when Trump does something truly indefensible, you can always count on Fox News to defend it.
It's your job to do what the president wants. And I could absolutely see him go, now, you know what? It would be great to have German generals that actually do what we asked them to do, knowing that's a third, maybe not fully being cognizant of the third rail of German generals who are Nazis and whatever.
Okay. Did you just whatever the Holocaust? Whatever is for insignificant things, like when you put the plastic recycling in the paper recycling. It's not, oops, I did a genocide. I like that Kill Me thinks praising Hitler is a third rail, like it's a taboo subject that's not PC to discuss at the office anymore. You can't even compliment a woman's haircut or tell her about all the good things Hitler did anymore. Thanks, woke police. This was even a little too far for some of the other people on the couch. Watch Steve Doocy as he realizes where Kill Me is going with this.
You know what? It would be great to have German generals that actually do what we asked them to do.
Poor guy. He looks nervous. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Look, almost everybody has figured out that Hitler was bad. But for that one person that didn't, who also might be the next president, great job, everybody, maybe the media can drive that point home a bit more.
Here at the History Channel, we've spent the past 3 decades pumping out World War II documentaries for grandpas. But we're starting to think we haven't been clear enough about whether or not you should root for Hitler. So we're eliminating that confusion with our new lineup of World War II programming. Join us Mondays at 7 for Defeating the Fuhrer, who, to be clear, was the bad guy. Followed at 8 by Hitler's Generals, the also very bad guys behind the main very, very bad guy. Then at 9, 1 hour of just a black screen that says Hitler was bad. Plus, all of our other shows now have helpful graphics in case you forget halfway through that Hitler was bad. And of course, you can still enjoy all our other programming, like Ancient Aliens.
I believe that the pyramids were built by aliens. And even I know Hitler was bad.
We've even teamed up with our sister network to present Shark Week, the Hitlers of the Sea. Wait, does that make Hitler sound cool? Forget it. So please enjoy the History Channel. The H is for history, not Hitler. Who was bad? Can't believe I have to say it.